Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, whenever I'm looking at the Snapchat stories section, I often find ads for whether it be someone else's story, some famous person's story, or a compilation of cute dogs or memes. But my most favorite thing to find, and the things I always end up clicking on, are clickbait ads for just random articles. And the reason why is because these articles are framed in such a way that they come off as incredibly dramatic when not a lot is actually going on. And so today I will be doing a dramatic reading of an example of one of these articles by Bliss.com. And it is entitled, "Man Finds Hidden Gold Mine on His New Property, Realizes Buying the Land Was a Huge Mistake." Now, one thing you will notice about these articles, before we get into them, is that they're written with an unusual cadence. Maybe I just talk like a weirdo. Maybe I'm the weirdo. That is honestly possible. But also, you know what, you'll understand when we get into it. So, let's just jump into it. Instead of feeling lucky, the gold mine brought him bad luck. When buying a huge property, someone would think the owner's first move is to walk around and take notice of what's on his new land. Well, Christopher Wanless couldn't really do that since his property spread over 16 hectares. Hectares? What is a hectare? How do you even say that? Hectares. Okay. Noun. Plural noun. Hectares, right? Hectares. A metric unit of square measure equal to 100 airs. Oh, so it's the metric system. I'm an American. I don't know what that is. Let's just jump back into the story. Well, Christopher Wanless couldn't really do that since his property spread over 16 hectares of woodland. However, during one of his strolls, he would soon realize his purchase was a terrible mistake. The mysterious find. When Christopher began looking around his new property, he had no idea that it also included the entrance of a tunnel. His curious nature got the best of him. But it was what made him regret buying the property. What was wrong with it? A treasure? Thinking that the entrance led to treasure, as one does, Christopher was eager to go inside that tunnel and search for it. However, he would never forget the terrible moments he spent inside that tunnel. Those memories haunt him to this day. An odd find. As Christopher walked towards the odd entrance, he was perplexed because when he bought the property, nobody told him of this place. From the entrance, it looked as if it was an abandoned mine. His curiosity was piqued. Was it a gold mine? Let's find out. Was Chris actually looking at the entrance of a gold mine? He rushed back home to get a flashlight and began his discovery. What he didn't know was that wasn't a good idea. In fact, the realtor told him on the phone not to go inside that tunnel. But the owner didn't listen to him, and he regrets it. Oh, that is no, like, K-N-O-W. He regrets it. He regrets it. No regrets. He felt like Indiana Jones. Da, 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 da. That's what Indiana Jones sounds like, for those of you who aren't aware. The realtor recalled during the phone conversation that there were more entrances scattered across Chris's property, but advised no to enter them. He wasn't sure if these tunnels were safe, but Chris could only think of Indiana Jones and these kinds of adventures. He was very excited. When we bought the house, nobody ever told us about the fact that the estate had a lot of mines on it. We just sort of stumbled upon the gold mine one day, and that was it, recalled Chris in an interview later on. He wishes he had thought twice about entering that mine. Shining his flashlight. When I first saw it, I was so excited that I almost fell over myself. The only thing that I could think about was Indiana Jones and underground railroads. Like Harriet Tubman underground railroads? I don't know. Let's continue, Chris said. As he shined his flashlight over the walls, he was sure he would find a treasure inside the tunnel, so he walked deeper inside. Sparkly mine. Chris saw that the walls were sparkly, realizing he was actually walking into a gold mine. His gold mine! As Chris was considering his newly found treasure embedded into the walls, he realized he walked deep into the tunnel and still couldn't see the end of it. Then he realizes he was not alone in that mine. He heard noises. Then, out of the blue, he heard some noises in the tunnel. Thinking someone was inside, Chris followed the noise deeper into the mine. Chris, what are you... Chris, don't follow the noise. If you're in a mine, it's gonna be like... What's that one horror movie? It's gonna be like that horror movie in the tunnels with the monster guys, and they go, rah! As horror movie monsters do. It sounded like it was made by a machinery, so Chris decided to call out and announce his presence, not to scare whoever was down there. He only heard his echo. A strange feeling. All alone, so deep into the mine, Chris had a strange feeling. He recalls the ambient temperature also seemed to suddenly drop all around me at this point, and I felt an even stronger negative presence ahead in that tunnel. Was he imagining things? Time to go back. After going 150 feet deep into the tunnel, Chris decided to call it a day and get back out. As he turned towards the entrance, he saw the daylight shine back at him. It was a peaceful afternoon until Chris saw the chains from the tunnel move as if they had a life of their own. He freaked out! As soon as the chains swung with no wind making them move like that, Chris freaked out and ran back home. He then called to learn more about the property and see if what he experienced was only in his imagination. An estate filled with mines. Like landmines? That's not good. You should probably clean those up. Chris. My dog. When we went to ask about the place, we were finally told that the estate had actually been home to quite a lot of mining sites. A lot of mining was done in these hills at the turn of the century, and there are a lot of little mines that are scattered across the hills, said Chris. He spoke with the agent who promised they would send someone to inspect the tunnel. Then something even more strange happened. The real estate agency steps in. Chris was then contacted by Mr. Rudall, who was with the real estate agency that he previously called. Together, they went to the cave to check the sparkly walls. That's when Chris learned that it was indeed a gold mine where miners hadn't finished their work. Why did they abandon their mine? Did they too sense something was off about that place? Something is off about the editing of this article. Whoever edited it needs to make like Santa Claus and check it twice, because right now they're looking naughty, not nice. Thank you. A haunted mine. Chris didn't. The mine was haunted, so he decided to take his flashlight and advance 600 feet into the mine. There, he found a door, and as he opened it, he realized he was looking at a pile of rubble, only it wasn't really rubble. Chris, go home! No! Someone's home. By the looks of the junk, it seemed as if someone had used that secret room as a living quarter. Not quarters. That implies that they have more than 25 cents to their name, I assume, is why it's only a single quarter. Which, I mean, if you're living in a mine, you got gold all around you, buddy. Like, you could have more than 25 cents. That's really kind of a you problem. Whatever. Chris saw a makeshift bed spread among other things. As he held the flashlight, he took a look at the walls where he saw some scratches. They looked like they were done by fingernails. And then he saw a message on the other side of the wall. Deciphering the words. The message was difficult to decipher, and as soon as Chris felt another rush of cold air and a metallic noise reaching him, he knew he had to run back home. Was the gold mine haunted? As crazy as it sounded, Christopher knew that the mine... Are they going to call him Chris or Christopher? That's really nitpicky, I'm sorry. As crazy as it sounded, Christopher knew that the mine wasn't abandoned for no reason. All the negative vibes inside and the noises led him to the answer. The gold mine was haunted. To get rid of whatever haunted the mine, Chris found out on Google that he had to face it. Facing the thing. Chris grabbed the camera and mustered enough courage to face what was in the mine. Reaching the entrance, he began taking these photos. Going deeper, all of a sudden the chains began swinging rhythmically. His courage left him, and Chris couldn't take it any longer. Not for him. No, no, no. Chris realized this paranormal activity was too spooky for him and decided to just sell the property no matter what. Good guy, Chris. Just gonna let the other person. Just gonna let the next guy deal with the ghost. Good guy, Chris. He even let his mother take care of the sale, not wishing to stay on that land a second more. Was Christopher a witness to paranormal activity, or was someone really living inside the mine? We'll never know it. That's it. That's the end of the article. I don't know. Let's gather our thoughts. Let's formulate a theory. How's the Shane Dawson intro go? Hello guys. Yes, we are back with another episode of Conspiracy Theories. Something like that. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So I think the mine wasn't haunted. That's it. That's my theory. So let me know your theories on what's up with the mine. Is it haunted? Is there a dude living down there? Is it just some old miners' quarters, which is what I personally think? Also, what's up with the chains? Do you think it's a ghost? Or the wind? A draft, perhaps? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you didn't enjoy the video, or don't have any theories, dislike it. And if you want to see more of me, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell twice. You hit it once to get the pop-up menu to select how many notifications you want to receive for when I upload videos. And then you hit it twice when you hit all. Because I upload every Friday, baby. I'll see you next Friday when I explore Chris's abandoned mine. Have a good day, guys.